Hello, everybody. I just thought I'd say hello. You know, since we're starting up. Yeah. Anyway, now that the stream's started up, and well, everything seems to be ready, let's get a move on onto this nice little game that I played a wee while ago. There's a stream about it. Stories, the path of Destinies. Yeah. Okay, as soon as there we go, it's in. That's great. Alright, I'm just making sure everything's working right now. Alright, now we just wait for the game to load up. It may take a little while to load, but hey. It'll work. Hopefully. So, let's continue our little story, eh?
The Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renato knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Renato. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
Alright, now we try and figure out this. Oh, hold on. I just got called. 1 second. Sorry. I am very sorry about this. 1 sec. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I have my dinner right here with me. Anyway, let's turn this back on. Just for the sake of it. And let's see. Yeesh, I'm burping the bell, aren't I?
The island was windswept desert. No one went there except ostriches and ostrich hunters. The Iblis stone. It sounded ominous. It sounded powerful. If the Emperor was searching for it, it must be dangerous. And so, Bernardo went ostrich hunting.
Hey Lily, how you doing? Well, here's to hoping this won't end with me dying again.
Every child could sing verses about the Sky Ripper, but ancient codices held hints of other things. A stone that ate souls, a ruby that drank blood, a jewel only a righteous man could give away. Were all these things the Iblis stone? Long hidden in a buried temple? Another ancient item that was only resurfacing now? Drawn up from the deeps by the Emperor's horrific rituals?
Huh? Anyway, I'm doing alright. What about you? You know, Lily. I just figured I'd ask, cause, you know, why not? Ish, gonna need like 200 ores. Oh, this is gonna be a big knocker, ain't it?
The air here tasted bitter. The steps were too tall for a person. The entire place felt restless, like it had been vexed to nightmare under the dust, waiting for its hour to come around at last.
Whoa.
What kind of raven can fly? Thought Nada.
Oh,
The ravens
jeez.
were already here.
That does
Born
not
in
sound
frustration.
good at all.
They were still searching for a way in. Good. Then he hadn't come too late.
I am sorry that, you know, you're basically having a bad day there. You know, I really am sorry for, you know, that. Okay, hang on. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm in a reasonable, in a reasonable part of the Discord to keep an eye out
I
on.
wonder why the Imperial Ravens are always flying.
Woohoo, there we go. That's their ass's wallet. 1 second. But yeah, I really do hope things get better for you, needless to say.
Cool. Wish I could do that.
Alright, little stab in the bar are to optimize my performance a bit. Here we go. Void essence. No wait, that's wind essence. What the hell am I on about?
He was sort of yanking his own chain, wasn't he?
Just yanking his own chain. Physical resistance. Nice.
Give me a lever, said Archimedes, and I shall open a gate.
Yeah, Void Sword's not ready for that.
For a moment, wish that somebody had been watching.
Jesus. Okay, Wish will take me back. She will take me back when I've decided to work, because messed up too much on stupid things.
Ravens at least could not get past this point. Obviously, the temple builders knew how to deal with tomb raiders.
Well, I'll admit that kind of sounds like a bit of an oof. You know, it does kind of sound like that, Lily. I'm not judging you or anything, I'm just saying.
Oh, this really didn't have much in the way of safety features, did it? It was a stone of the purest blackness. It reflected no light, like a void made solid. Nervous, he picked it up. Who said that? It was the stone. Eager, thirsty. That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they had been close once, and Renato wasn't sure he really wanted to be Emperor. Why not capture the core of Skyripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god torn out by the transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. "Not the core," said the stone anxiously.
Well, you know, I can see why you have such a fear. And I can understand why. Well, this seems a bit, you know, kind of a harsh choice, isn't it? Nah, dear, what the hell do I do here? Oh dear, what am I gonna do here? Oh dear, what am I gonna do? Yeah, personally, I'd rather not kill her, but I'm trying to figure out a truth about the Iblis Stone. Yeah, let's go with the core.
The stone bothered him. He hated being told what to do. Wasn't that why he joined the rebellion? Wasn't that why he'd refused to be a soldier? He'd agreed to come on board only if he could freelance. The stone felt a bit clingy. The sage Calaveras had told him where to find the Sky Ripper, a weapon capable of challenging the gods. Even without its armature, the core would still possess great power. He would go there.
So I guess we're gonna see what happens if we, I don't know, take an Iblis Stone to a core.
The moment he landed the Farfarer, Renato had a rare feeling of regret. It's not too late, he thought. He could turn around and sail for Zenobia's island. He frowned. Wait a minute. He didn't want to kill Zenobia, did he? Sure, technically she was the enemy, but they'd been at Sword Food School together. They'd never been lovers, but somehow they'd been closer. She'd told him every secret about herself. Except the biggest one. That she was the Emperor's daughter. No. Kill Zenobia, whispered the stone. Before it's too late.
Wow, that's quite curious. There we go. Well, it caused a bit of mass murder there, but what else is new?
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time. Renato wondered if his future self had commissioned these poles.
Jesus Christ. I better start healing a bit.
The stone hadn't lied about what it could do for him. With each raven he cut down, he felt a jolt of power flowing into his arm. "You're weak," whispered the stone. "The core will kill you." "Are you afraid of it?" "No, don't be ridiculous," it chuckled. But it's unstable. It will poison you if someone just carry it, and if you try to use it, it will explode catastrophically. Renato did not trust rocks that talked in his head. He went onwards.
Well, seems to be the case. And interesting, actually.
You couldn't expect the Transcendent Emperor to bury a god's eye in a leather sack where anyone could pick it up.
Alright, there we go. Now I can just proceed. Alright, I'm still gonna need to get some skill points here, but, you know, this is kind of interesting, don't you think? you know, how the whole story is going. I mean, you can go for multiple endings. And, you know, it's like being conscious of them. Jeez, I'm getting merely small bumps of experience. That may not be the best sign.
As he approached the core, the stone became hysterical. No, it's too much power. We'll rip a hole in space and time. He had a sudden vision of plunging his gauntlet into the core and dying in anguish. That wasn't his vision, was it? The stone had sent him its darkest fears, hadn't it? He had a sudden impulse to do exactly that. He raised his right fist and plunged it into the core. There was a rush of light. He thought he could hear the stone screaming. And then he passed out. When Renato came to, the core was gone. But the Iblis stone was no longer black, but glowing with a blue light. And it was silent. "I can't hear you," he sang out, and "You?" It didn't answer. "Ha!" he said. He had defeated the demonic gem with the power of his mind. He felt invincible. It was time to attack the Imperial outpost on the Nexus. Take the battle to the enemy. But among the huge crystals, there was also an observatory. A wise man would probably ask the scientists exactly what he had first. How wise was he?
My wisdom is being questioned.
As the Farfarer made its way toward the Nexus, Renato watched sparks fly out of the core. The Iblis stone sucked them in hungrily. You'd think the stone would want this kind of power, wouldn't it? Thought Renato. Well, the scientists would explain it all. This time,
Probably.
Renato was sure he'd figured out how to use the core safely.
See? He'd trusted his gut, and it had worked out. That's what it meant to be a hero. To ignore the naysayers and the odd-makers, and do what you knew was right, and have it turn out to be the right thing. Well, he wasn't worried. Once he got to the observatory, the scientist toads could explain it. Then he could carry the war into the enemy's camp and destroy them all. Oh dear, he was getting a little bloodthirsty, wasn't he?
Yeah, it does seem like if an evil thing is telling you it's a bad idea, then it's bad.
It really ought to make them stronger.
I mean, yo, it actually does seem like it. Although I can't seem to put my finger on why, you know, he was all like, no. Okay, let's see. I could go back and forth here, so maybe I could check here?
He felt like Tarzan.
Just straight up that. He felt like Tarzan. Yeah, I mean, yo, we did see the example of, you know, the Sky Ripper, you know, being crap. So, anyway, let's see what ending we'll get from this result, eh? Ah, damn it. 99 combo. I was so close to hitting 100 there. Yeah, oh well. In case anyone's wondering, I'm eating a curry right now. So, you know, there'll be times that I'll just stay still and then take a quick bite.
Better in his life. Normally, a battle would wear him down and he would need a night's sleep. Now he felt like he could go all night and all day. He felt like people were cheering him on, and he could practically hear their applause as he slew one raven after another. The Iblis Stone and the Sky Ripper Core. Two artifacts from the time of legends. Renato was
I have no idea.
Wasn't he? He had enough power to save the rebellion, but he had to understand this power, so he would not misuse it. Energy cannons. The last argument of kings.
Energy cannon's the last argument of kings. Sorry, but I can't help but chuckle at that a bit. You know, I don't know if I got stronger in the game. I mean, that part's kind of a bit iffy. Like, you know, is it the case? Is it not the case? There we go, alright. But I really don't know if it's a case of getting stronger or some shit.
This chest was really awesome. See what I did there?
Shush.
The toads at the observatory measured the stone with their occult devices. I fed it the core of Sky Ripper, explained Renato. No more feed planet souls. But the core is not an unlimited energy source, said one toad. Another said, there's a feedback loop, you see, which could overload the stone. Yeah, the stone doesn't actually feed on souls, claimed a third, but on pain of killing another sentient being. If you can truly be at peace with yourself, it would not overload. This was all very confusing. At peace? Yes, the mountains were peaceful and quiet, but he now had the power to turn the tides. He should report to the Rebellion Council and prepare for the decisive battle.
Okay, how about we do the whole at peace thing?
The one thing he understood from all the toad arguments, maybe the stone did not feed on blood or souls or rage. It fed on empathy. It fed on the pain he felt when he put an end to another being's existence. Even if that other being was a raven intent on killing him. If he could find peace, then he could use the power of the Iblis Stone without being taken over by its evil. The mountains. He would go to the mountains. He could find peace there.
Alright, so we're going to the mountains. This is going to be interesting, ain't it?
Unfortunately, the mountains were not empty. There were ravens everywhere. No matter. He had to fight, yes, but he didn't have to be angry. Parry, dodge, slash, and breathe. Yes, focus on the rhythm, the dance of it, not on the blood or the raven's core as they died. Ah, it was working. He wasn't feeling those dark jolts of eldritch energy. He wasn't feeling the Iblis stone.
Alright, seems like we might get an actual good ending on this.
Once you try it, you're hooked.
Another pun. Alright, okay, hang on. I will be right back because, you know, I ate a curry and it feels extremely spicy. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I really do apologize for, you know, that.
This is quite
I was trying to drink a lot of milk to cool down from the curry sauce. It tastes great, but hot damn, it's spicy. No pun intended. Oh wait, I can open the ice door now. I'm gonna do that. Thank you for the welcome back, Lily. It's greatly appreciated.
Ooh, sparkly, thought Renato.
Here we go, some more ores. Let's keep gathering them all until we can upgrade one of the blades. It'll be good. There we go. Sliced in half.
The stone was still silent. His mind was his own, and his heart too. He bore them no ill will, these ravens. They were doing their job. They were expressing their nature. Dance, whirl, parry, jab, and breathe. It was all so simple, wasn't it? Something was missing. He didn't feel truly at peace. Wait. Wasn't this near where Calaveras lived? The sage would help him figure it all out.
Alright. I've nearly leveled up in the game, so... yeah, it shouldn't be too long now.
Couldn't they have put in an elevator?
Bollocks.
Or a giant eagle? Or something?
I don't get the giant eagle joke. But, I'm pretty sure it would have been funny if I paid attention. Well, at least to most of the references, anyway. Well, bollocks.
Ravens didn't smell any better dead, Renato thought.
And now I can level up. Okay, is that an altar around here? No? No. Well, let's see if we can find... let's see if this is the best outcome, eh? mean, yo, it does sound like a convenient book, doesn't it? Like trying to find the best outcome for yourself. You know, just the whole, you know, time rewinds when you're done. Yo, it kind of seems like Groundhog Day of some sort.
It was definitely easier to fight inanimate objects.
Here we go. Okay, let's see if this will cut me through. You know, right to the top. Or not, just take me to a completely different segment like it's Crash Bandicoot. What the flip? Dear Zenobia, do you remember the expedition I have sent to the depths beneath the islands? They have returned well, they have returned. Free ship at 8. Hold on, let me see. What the heck? That sounded awfully polite. Could this actually bring in something about the Emperor?
Oh, hey. There's a couple of red spots on your feathers. Oh, wait. Not yet.
There we go. If I'm gonna be honest, I was a little bit worried there. And take a look at this. 2 large chests full of loot. Ooh, shield breaker. And increased attack speed. And now we warp.
The Iblis Stone, silenced by the Sky Ripper's core, had given Renato enough power to challenge the Imperial fleet. But what Renato was seeking was inner peace. The rebellion was on the verge of extinction. He would have to wait.
Alright, Inflict damage on hooked enemies, dash for shield. So the more I buy that, the shorter it'll take to get combos. I can work with that.
At the end of the mountain path, he found the wise Calaveras in his workshop. To fix souls or only artifacts? He asked the sage.
Does your soul need fixing?
Asked the sage. I've been killing a lot of ravens lately, he told the sage.
You're a fox,
said Calaveras.
and to kill birds is part of your nature. Just take joy in it. I mean, I might as well worry about eating flies. Would you like a fly?
It was true. That's what he had forgotten. The joy. Now he was ready for the final battle. The Farfarer cut through the clouds. The air had never felt so sweet since he was a child.
There it was. The dreaded Imperial fleet. He could smell wet hemp ropes ahead, wood and tar, and ravens. Even the fleet smelt good, somehow. He was ready. He was ready.
Oh boy, I have a feeling this won't bode well.
Renato had it all squared away in his head.
He would kill the Emperor. Isengrim III had begun well, but he had gone mad. He was trying to invoke the lost gods by means of dark, blasphemous rituals. That was a secret. But the victims had spoken to Renato. The ghosts had spoken. No. No anger. Renato could not afford anger. It was empowering the crystal in his sword. That made him stronger, but it clouded his mind. He would not be a hero. A hero strives. Renato would just be one with everything. The Emperor would die, and the wheel would turn, and all would be restored without rancor, without sorrow, without pain.
Ooh. Well, I just kicked a lot of ass there. I don't know about you lot, but I'm pretty proud of that.
Renato had been the terror of the sandcastles when he was 2.
Chop off that flag. There we go. The treasure. So just one more ore and I can... Yeah, I don't have a feeling it's gonna end well either. You know, Lily. I mean, try and imagine that. It's all gonna end well. Spoilers? I doubt it.
Hey, I hear black is the new dead.
Well, I can't seem to open that door. Not with the current sword I got, so I gotta make do with what I got.
Just trying to teach you how to fly.
Just trying to teach out. Why? Really? That kind of remark? Ooh, split in half much? I think I split him.
But the more he thought about it, and he had so much more time to think about it now that he was not worrying about the battle, killing the Emperor would not change anything. Another would take his place. Perhaps Zenobia. Perhaps the Speaker of the Rebel Council, and power would corrupt them too, and death would make grief grief would lead to hatred. He must lead by example. Reject the violence. Reject the desire to create violence. But how?
Yeah, there we go. I mean, yeah, I already got orders before to get to 100, but
No
Yeah.
skateboarding, the sign said.
alright, there we go. Okay, I can't remember the fox's name is Reynard or Renardo.
Soon he'd confront the Emperor. Funny that this whole war had come about because the Emperor feared death. Now it was coming for him. There was some sort of lesson there, wasn't there?
Well, there we go with that. And now we proceed to the possible ending of this.
Finally, he came to the Emperor's ship. The path behind him was strewn with dead ravens. The path to enlightenment. His mistake, he realized, was trying to change the world. The world would spin and the wheel would revolve whether he strove against it or not. What he had to do was nothing. He had attained enlightenment. He sat down, adopted a full lotus position, and began to meditate. And all around him, the warriors stopped fighting too. They knew. They could feel his enlightenment. They gave up fighting, dropped their weapons, and became his disciples.
Oh, this doesn't sound that bad.
No, just kidding. The nearest raven stabbed him with a sword and then chopped off his head. I
Well,
might not have thought this through properly. Thought Renado's head as it rolled around the deck and died. Oh, damn
Well.
it. He'd lost again and died. But there was burning Ubar behind him. He still had all his destinies ahead of him. But he'd learned another true thing. The Iblis Stone was evil. It would try to corrupt anyone who used it.
the Iblis Stone corrupt anyone who uses it. Oh, 2 levels, and now we know all the truths. Now how are we gonna do this?
Now, he thought. All these truths tumbling around each other in his head. There must be a way to puzzle the pieces together. If he used everything he knew, he could discover a new path to destiny. The book's pages fluttered to the beginning once again. Faster than before? And he fell. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas.
It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer.
Yeah, seemed like
The
it.
sky ring had surfaced. Renado knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis Stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it. To take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescue.
Huh?
Of course,
The heck?
Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion.
What's
And
this?
he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
Apparently this is shown like a key symbol. I'm gonna do it.
Renato finally realized that Lapino was a traitor to the cause.
And maybe Renato could use that somehow.
Renato couldn't quite put his paw on when he'd realized Lapino was working for the Empire. He'd never exactly seen Lapino sending coded messages to the palace, but he was sure. The rabbit had been on too many disastrous missions where he was the only survivor, or where he accidentally missed getting on the boat that went down to the abyss in flames. If Renato could prevent Lapino from getting back to the fleet with all the intelligence he'd probably gathered, it might be worth the trip.
Okay, so I think we're gonna actually find the gray ending on this. So yeah, with all the troops we're gathering, this should work.
How had they come to this? They'd been on so many adventures together. Lapino had talked Renato out of prison at least 4 times, and Renato had rescued Lapino from at least 2 lynch mobs.
Alright, let me just go downstairs and see if there's anything secretive in here. Anything of a secret? Let's upgrade this.
Now he could slice the wings off a fly in the air. Not that he would. It's sort of mean, really.
Well, let's see if we can score ourselves that best ending. I know I'm looking forward to it.
Someone needs a bath.
But he'd always felt that the rabbit resented him. Lapino was hilarious because he was so down on himself and everyone else. But behind the laughs, he wasn't a happy camper. Ooh, was this payback? Or did the Empire have his little white tail in a vice?
So apparently we're trying to find a way to convert Lapino. Oh, there we go. Managed to bomb a load of bastards.
This stone was incredibly valuable. Renato could sense it. Also, it still had its price tag.
What the hell? Oh, neighbor Kyle, thank you for the host. That's greatly appreciated. I don't know if I actually properly seen the notification, actually. Yeah, I may need to start customizing my sound effects somehow. Provided I find a way, of course. Just doing stories Path of Destinies. I played this a little while ago, within a week maybe. And well, I just figured that it might be good to stream this now and then. You know what I mean?
This was way better than being able to shrink down to the size of an ant. What was that all about, anyway?
Well, it's a good game. I mean, you find out, you try and find out multiple endings, of your story, and yet you're sentient of your endings that you go through. It's like, I don't know, because you have a book, you apparently rewind time or something back to the point where you started your destiny. You know, it's like choosing multiple paths in a Destiny. Yeah. So, yeah, magic book. I'm not exactly a professional at labeling things as roguelike, but, well, considering that, you know, it's not often you see, well, it's not often that you see sentience toward the ending. I think I would call it roguelike.
You're its friend.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like this. I mean, you take the book with you, you do your destiny, and then suddenly you restart back to the point where you start the game, kinda. Ah, horse shit. There we go, get in there. Gosh, I was starting to worry there. It was just acting like it was the wrong sword, but I had the fire sword the entire time, so...
When Renato went to the china shop, for some reason the owner was always nervous.
Critical chance level 3. Nice. Okay, so how the hell am I going to get around here? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm stuck here somehow. Okay, so there's no way to teleport in there. Alright. Okay, so I can see the game's trying to make sure I don't go back. Alright. Okay, so right now I'm trying to find out what to do here, because apparently I unlocked all the truths in this game, so... You know, apparently I'm now able to, I don't know, take a different take on the story. Stories past the Destinies. You know, it says in the title. May as well be funny while I'm at it. Ugh, my eye. Something flew right into my eye. Ugh, it was my good eye too. Gosh, I can't read out my other eye due to how blurry it is. There we go. Okay, I cleaned out whatever flew into my eye there. So that was kind of gross.
Sharp? Check. Pointy? Check. Flexible? Check. What else do you need in a sword?
There we go. Nope, that wasn't the progress. Ah, dagnabbit. Oh wait, it's the well I have to go in. Whoops. So now we're going into the sewer. Let's hope that goes well, huh? Alright, there we go.
Ravens were landing everywhere from dropships. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lapino first, the rabbit would give the Empire all the intelligence he'd been stealing from the rebellion, and they'd probably give him a medal. He'd have to be very careful about how he played Lapino. At the slightest hint of danger, the mad rabbit would take off like a rabbit.
Yeah, Squirrel, dear Zenobia, how you doing at the academy? New friends must already be flocking around you, though. Here in the plow. Yeesh. It makes you wonder how this emperor got mad in the first place.
The rock felt hot in his hand. He could feel its secret power.
I mean, when you think about it, yeah, the guy kind of sounded like, you know, impossible to be a dick. Suddenly got achievement unlocked. Is it a sword? Is it a key? Hold on, let me look. Use each sword to open a different door. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. Apparently, yep. I knew it. I knew it. Hold on a sec, and let's see. So close, what magic? So apparently I need to start killing more Raven Warlocks. Anyway, let's talk.
Bloody and exhausted, Renato finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing shuffling his favorite deck. Now that he knew what the rabbit was, there were a few things about him that Renato didn't find so amusing anymore. You sent me an urgent message saying that you're in danger. Oh, I am. The Ravens are coming. Now, I got a clever plan to kidnap Zenobia. Renato wanted to clap shackles on the rabbit and shout, "You're a traitor, and I'm not falling for it." But if there was one thing Renato was sure of, it was that the core of the Sky Ripper was dangerous mostly to its user. If he could put it in the Emperor's hands, old Isengrim III might blow himself and his fleet up with it. Yes, that was it.
Oh dear. Yeah, how about we talk about the core?
Renato felt like a real hero, brave and smart. He told the rabbit all about the Sky Ripper's God's Eye core. "I'll go get the core while you attack Zenobia," he told the rabbit. "But wait, I have an even better idea. I'll get the core and you attack Zenobia," said the rabbit. "Right, yeah, that is better," agreed Renato. Perfect. The traitor would make sure the Emperor got the core. Now Renato just needed the Emperor to use the core. If he could only get something that the Emperor wanted very badly. Zenobia. He could save her and bait the Emperor at the same time.
This might be an interesting pattern to work with. Yeah, we might actually get the best ending from this. I have confidence.
Right. Now, all Renato had to do was fight his way through Zenobia's invading troops, sneak onto her ship and into her bedroom, and kidnap her without any of her dozens of guards alerting her. Then, he would rely on her love for him to convince her how evil her father was, so she'd run away with him instead of going back to her father, who was going to blow himself up. It did sound a little risky, but Renato had a feeling it would work out somehow. It always did.
But it might work out, because apparently doing the whole, I know your work for the Emperor thing, is just... I don't know, that's just kind of screaming, I'm gonna run away now. You know what I mean? Well, anyway, we don't know if it's going to be a good idea or not. If it turns out to be a bad idea, we can try the alternative route.
What else could you hook?
Well, that's a fair point. I'll admit to that. But, let's just see how it goes. I mean, it doesn't work out, we'll try the alternative routes into the truth game.
Hero wall, hero sword, firewall, fire extinguisher.
And here we go. Give me some loot. Oh, elemental resistance, eh? Interesting.
Where was a workbench when you needed one? Oh, never mind.
Where was a workbench when you needed one? And then, just turns out it's right next to him. Oh. Now that I think about it, once I upgrade the water sword, what am I gonna do after? I mean, it's not like there's gonna be it's not like there's gonna be like afterwards, is there? I don't know, it's just like, you want to get the really good ending? You need to combine them all into the ultimate blade. The Keyblade or something.
He needed some way to break the ice with this wall, so to speak.
Hey, here we go. Now I gain some physical resistance, and hang on, just gotta jump down to the sewer, and suddenly a flame path appeared. Well, that's... Did the game glitch? Well, it was actually unintentional.
Jewel was more than sparkling. It had arcane power and an engraving. To Cindy.
Renato was halfway to Zenobia's encampment when Lapino showed up. He was disheveled and distraught.
They jumped us. I barely got away. Oh, they got the core.
Oh, it was all going according to plan, thought Renato. Now he just needed Zenobia on his side. Yes, that was even better. The Iblis Stone. Zenobia could get it. And then the Emperor would have to pursue them. Wait. No. The gem would corrupt anyone. Even her. That's it, he thought. Even Lapino. Even though Lapino was already a traitor. It would turn him against his secret master, the Emperor. He would try to make himself Emperor. And the Emperor would have to defend himself with the core. Boom. He was a super genius. This is terrible, Renato told the rabbit. If only I had gone for the Iblis Stone. But now it's lost in enemy territory. He handed Lapino a map. It gives the bearer so much power. We can only hope the Emperor never finds it. What was that? Said Lapino. I think someone's following us. I didn't hear anything. Rabbit ears. You go on ahead. I'll check it out. And with that, Lapino hopped off with the map.
Lapino, that suspicious bastard. Eh.
You never knew where the road would take you, thought Renato.
There we go, that's all them walled up. Oh dear. Well,
This chest
that
will
doesn't seem
take
good.
blank passports from 15 countries. And something useful.
Alright, well, you enjoy your food, Lily. Yeah, here's to hoping you'll enjoy the food, or something. Alright, now, here we go. We try and sort this little problem out.
Renato slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. She was curled up on her bed. He'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She was made of smoke, and he noticed he had a very solid blade to his throat. Did you really think you could capture me? Heard a familiar voice. I just wanted to chat, said Renato. Did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? He needs a sacrifice. Someone who truly loves him, to make a bargain with the lost gods. That's a vicious lie. He wants to bring them back. That's crazy. Why would anyone... They could make him immortal. An eater of souls. And with that, her eyes widened. She understood. Renato told her how he had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred. How he had slept in a burnt village. At midnight, the Emperor's victims had come to him in his dreams to tell him of the hideous eldritch rituals they'd been sacrificed in. He could still see those kittens and puppies. Their wide, sad eyes, their moist noses.
Jesus.
You can't prove that. I've got a witness at the observatory.
Oh, apparently we got that idea.
He couldn't tell her, not yet, why he was really here. He didn't want her to be anywhere near the fleet when her father blew himself and Lupino up. So he told her about how the Emperor's obscene rituals had raised ancient artifacts out of the land. How he'd followed the appalling trail of the hideous horrors His Majesty had perpetrated for the sake of his own immortality. Any of this ring a bell? He said. He told me it was all lies. You've always known when I was lying. I always hated that about you, said Renato. The rebellion had started after atrocities that the Empire hushed up. Renato had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred for one book. He had slept in a burnt village. Dead kittens and puppies had come to tell him what the Emperor had done to them.
Yeesh, try and make this whole story fucked up, why don't you, game? Yeah, I was gonna keep trying if it didn't open.
What's behind? Door number 2.
I'll check in a sec, hang on.
Hey, is that a word for a lot of ravens? Like a doofus of ravens?
There we go. And new gem, please. Thank you. What the hell? Well, quite a curious part in the story, isn't it? I swear, those journal things better not be an important part of the quest. Alright, here we go. In here, basic hero doors. Alright, sorry about that. Someone just waltzed into my room. There we go.
Don't you think I'd know if my father started practicing black magic? Why? Would you join in? No. I'd destroy his books and I'd... Oh, God. Okay. You're not completely wrong. They've resurrected one of his victims. Well, look, I mean, look, it's not exactly alive, but it can talk. A true witness, she said.
Seems like it's shortening out the gist. Anyway, here's to hoping we'll get to the witness real quick. That was quite a curious elevator. That was kinda unloaded. Ish. I don't know, that's a huge ass glitch or... Jesus fucking Christ.
All over the platform for really hot lady boxes with pictures, addresses, and everything. Dreams may come, he thought. And then he found out.
Okay, well, that happened.
it's worth. Renato told the corpses. It was something he'd seen in a play once.
Okay, well, you know, just pay him welcome to Earth. You know, that kind of sounds a bit familiar. I don't know how to put my finger on it, though. Ah, Jesus. Not again. Why?
The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists and black feathers everywhere. The Ravens had taken special care to burn the reanimated witness to cinders. Zenobia stared at the carnage. He didn't want me to hear the witness, did he? I guess not. What's your plan? She asked. So, Renato explained his brilliant gambit. Sending Lapino to get the Iblis Stone, become super powerful and corrupted, provoke the Emperor into using the core against him, thus blowing up both of them, and hopefully the fleet too. Let me visit your council, she said, shaken. I want to help.
Could he really trust her?
Oh boy.
He'd done it. He'd made Zenobia see how evil her father really was. He wished she didn't feel this urge to join in the rebellion. After all, he'd taken care of the Emperor, right? Yeah, but she'd always been conscientious like that. She told him she had to go somewhere first. So Renato gave her the location of the secret base, and they agreed to meet in the ruins. He had a very good feeling about this.
Ah, dear. So it tells me this ain't gonna go well.
What had Zenobia gone off to do? What was more important than meeting the rebel council? Had he made a mistake, sending her to the ruins? No. He knew they could trust each other. He could trust her because she never broke her word. And she could trust him because she could see right through him. Well, she'd probably be there well before him. She at least didn't have to fight her way through rainstorms of ravens.
Reach the rebel base before Zenobia. Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna be doing that then. Well, here's to hoping the outcome will go great.
There was an inscription. Praise the sun.
Ah, that classic. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think my current gems are fine as they are, thanks. There we go.
As he came around the bend, there was Lapino, unconscious on the side of the path. And Renato could smell a familiar, sweet, smoky scent. Who? Zenobia. It had to be. She never used a combat spell when she could use drowsy gas. That meant she had the Iblis Stone. What would it do to her? She hated her father now. She'd kill him for sure. The council wouldn't mind if she killed the Emperor, but murdering her father would destroy her. He had to get to whatever ledge she was on and talk her down from it. Didn't your mother tell you it's rude to stare? Snapped Renato, a little smug.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. She has the Iblis Stone, so that is not good.
So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far, so good.
There we go.
Maybe I should follow my nose, thought Renato.
Why the hell did Zenobia get the Iblis Stone? I thought it was supposed to be like a moment of, you know, letting Lupino use the Iblis Stone while the Emperor just tries to use the core in
Everyone
defense.
in the council chamber was dead. Zenobia stood shivering in the courtyard, drenched in blood. Why? He managed. They started arguing with me. I lost my temper and I wanted their blood. Well, not me. The stone did. Why did you take it from Lupino? I had a plan. You had a stupid plan, she said. I'm going to go kill my father now. No, you can't. You'll just take his place. You'll become worse than him. Get out of my way, or I'll kill you too.
Oh dear.
You won't kill me, he said. And I won't let you kill the Emperor. Enraged, she raised the sword. You hate him too? He could sense the Iblis Stone, yearning for his death. But she didn't strike. If you kill him, he'll destroy you. I know you. Shut up! She shouted, her sword trembling. I won't lose you again. Not for anything. Get away from me, he said, and he was very close. I can't lose you again. And he was in reach of her sword now. I hate him! I hate you too! I love you, he said for the very first time. And then she was weeping. He was holding her. The sword had dropped from her hand. He glanced at the Iblis Stone. It was no longer the black of the void. It looked like coal. No. It glowed. Like a cinder. It was crackling, burning, crumbling into ashes. You've always loved me, haven't you? She said. She was weak. The stone had taken so much from her. Always, he said. She staggered as he helped her up. Let me take you away. Where? The island of Avalon. The sisters will heal you. He'll follow us. Then we need the Farfarer, the fastest ship in the Empire.
Well, let's hope that we're getting the right ending for this then.
The Empire had seized his ship. They'd have to take it back.
Yeah, we'll need to get to the Farfarer. It should help sort things out. Anyway, for this door we go.
Had that door been opened before?
Probably not. But, you know, we've been going through a few endings to the game, but, yeah, let's see if we can find the best ending, eh?
And there it was, his beautiful skycraft, the Farfarer. They would fare very far indeed, beyond the Empire, beyond the reach of the Empire, to the mystical island of Avalon. He didn't know exactly where it was, but he knew he could find it. And they would find peace there. Second star on the right, and straight on till morning, laughed Zenobia. And they laughed together for the first time in a long time.
You probably have a point, Up Ramp, but you know, let's see how it goes. Besides, it doesn't seem like the Iblisstone's gonna be a pain anymore. There we go. All right, but you know, we may have a chance of getting the best ending on this.
They'd run out of budget for guardrails.
You make a fair point. You know, I mean, with how the game goes, you can't help but get bad ending vibes. But, you know, let's hope for the best. If not, we'll try and get back to the point where, you know, it was useful, helpful, worked out. You know, stuff like that. Oh, well, I died. Whoops. Okay, it's nothing we can't try again on. Anyway, we'll be a bit more ready this time. Yeah, very funny Up Ramp. Aw, damn it, I died. Man, then the fight was going good, too. It was like going, you know, nice and crispy. Yeah, screw it. Heal. Oh, Jesus, that was close. Really funny.
But it did not go unnoticed. Scout ships lifted off, and the long lance of the Imperial flagship. Renato turned downwind to gain speed. The Raven ships could pursue, but they couldn't close. The Far Speaker croaked, "Return her and live!" "Go sacrifice yourself," yelled Renato. "Then you won't have her either." On the flagship, the Emperor was readying some arcane weapon. It couldn't be. It was the core. A devastating beam lanced out of the flagship. Renato zigzagged wildly to keep the Farfair out of it. Now the Raven scout ships were closing the distance, and the beam was getting closer too.
Oh dear.
Came a blinding flash, and the air was searingly hot all around him. There was a thunderous, deafening roar. He could smell burnt oak and burnt feathers and burnt flesh. But when he could hear and see again, they were alive and unhurt. And they were alone in the sky. Zenobia embraced him. They had done it. Through luck and through love, they had won the war. "Avalon, here we come," he said as he held her arms wide in the prow of the boat and let her feel its speed. "Maybe the real Avalon is wherever we're together," she said. And so, after a bit of an argument, Renato and Zenobia went to one of the two Avalons. The one shrouded in mists, or the one in their hearts. But which one they went to, I'll never tell.
So, we actually got the best
He'd
ending.
done it. He'd forged his own destiny. Well, he hadn't actually done it. But he knew what he would do. Renato smiled at the book. He practically wanted to kiss it. The kid's sacrifice hadn't been in vain. He'd saved the book and saved the world. Renato owed him and his mother so much. Renato lowered the mainsail and let the Farfarer shoot forward in the breeze. Second star to the right, and straight on till morning. This time, he would win.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, we actually got the good ending on this. Oh, I don't know about you, but I feel awesome about that. You know, just being able to do it. I mean, you know, after like, I don't know, a few bad endings where it's just like, you know, maybe this is the good one. Damn it. You know, just figured that, you know, pretty much all that. But, you know, we got the best ending on it. I mean, Lapin's no longer being a spy, not like he could. Rebellion's probably gone now, sadly. But the Emperor's dead. So that means there could be more focus on peace without the whole crows being bastards on them. You know what I mean? Although, never found out why he wanted to just, you know, work on that. No, I mean, why just... It never explained why the Emperor went mad. I never found out. Also, we're going to take this time to appreciate the credits for the people that made this game. It was actually a good game, this. Yeah, as anything I know, this game is good to play. At least in my personal opinion. Well, when you put it that way, it just makes it look like the Emperor was a bastard to begin with. Oh well. Since he blew up, nothing of loss. Well, that is true. You know, the game did mention that a bunch. be honest, I thought there would be like a, you know, what caused his descent. Well, instead, it turned out he was just a freaking coward by heart. Yeah. He probably would have lived a long life were it not for the whole... Yeah, I mean, you know, he's just all spooky with death. Truth Finder unlocked. Truth Finder will help you find the paths that lead to truths you have not found yet. Look for this icon when making choices in the book. The option can be toggleable in the gameplay options menu. A.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer.
Yeah, this I'm gonna
Pieces of
see.
the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renato knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong, but he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion, and he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, honestly, I don't know much about him either. Well, you know, I've technically beaten the game now, so I honestly don't know what to do at this rate. Hold on, I'm just gonna look at the achievements for this game. Let's see how many there are. I unlocked a shit ton. Uh, maybe I should play something else. I mean, I don't know why I shouldn't, you know... I don't know why I shouldn't go ahead and play a different game. I mean, you know, sometimes I don't want to see a bad ending of a game. Well, I mean, I went through 4 bad endings to get the good one. Where it'd just be like, I don't know, Renardo, you know, can just be confident in, you know, now that he knows what path to take. So, let's try something else, eh? But the big question is, what's gonna be on the list? I never put much thought into it. To be honest, I never expected to beat the game so soon. Well, that is true, I didn't get corrupted by the Iblis stone. You know, maybe I should stream a bit of Final Fantasy 15. I don't know, what do you think?